If you're excited about studying in the US, if you think that this is something you would love to explore, I urge you to start now because this process actually takes a while.
Hey my people, welcome back to my channel. This is Travel Abroad with Lena. So I did some research. I've been looking for the best video that explain very well, clear, step by step, and explain about admission, application, scholarship, grants, and all of that stuff, financial aid stuff for international students to come to the US to study. I found this video, guys. I found this lady. She's an expert, and in fact, this lady came from Russia. Okay, because after I watched the video, I searched her out. I did research on her. In fact, she's called the hey my people, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Travel Abroad with Lena. When I told you that I can make your abroad dream come true at the beginning of my video, I just started this channel about say 2 months ago or so, and you people thought I was joking. But you know what? The things I am releasing on this channel, people are taking advantage of it, and they're already advancing in it. A lot of people already have scholarship granted to them. A lot of people are already preparing now to go to the embassy for interviews. Information is powerful. So today I am bringing you another huge information. Well, before that, if you have not seen my video about the new regulation that's going to take place concerning immigration, about processing time and all of that stuff, go and watch it. Okay, I will leave the link under this video. But today's own, a lot of people have been asking me, do a video about how to go to university in America, for bachelor's, for master's degree, and even for PhD. I started doing research and looking for the best video that we talk about international students, how to come to the US as an international student, how to file, how to even pass how to pass your interview at the embassy, how to get grants, scholarship, and all of that stuff. So I've been researching. I know there are a lot of videos online on YouTube, but I have been researching the best. I really want something that is quality and that will be very, very beneficial to my people. So I found this lady. Oh my word, she's an expert. In fact, this lady will help you with your application process, and she will help you with your English proficiency exam. Yes. So she has a company. Okay, let me start like this. She came from Russia to school here, and today, my goodness, this lady has businesses and the Silicon Valley. Guess what? She's called the Silicon Valley girl. If you people know Silicon Valley, that's where Google is, Yahoo headquarters, Facebook headquarters, all the tech headquarters. That's where they are, Silicon Valley. And that's where this lady is. And guess what? She's helping people from, they said they have helped people from 84 countries. One thing is that, for me, I don't just share any video. I like to share video from authentic sources. I don't just say things. Also, I like to say things that are very, very factual, quantitative, qualitative. That's the things I like to deal with. Because maybe some of you don't know me. My name is at stake here. Okay. Yes, some of you may not know me, but I know I am somehow popular. No, not that I'm popular, but I know that people know me for integrity. So, and that my integrity is, I have to keep it up. Okay, that let me just put it like that. I have to keep it up. So when I found her, I researched about this lady and her company, and I contacted them. I called them up. They actually confirmed to me that yes, they help international students with their application process. Not just that, they help them prepare for their interview, because this woman was an international student herself. She came to the US from Russia, and she has gone through it. So she knew what she knows what it takes to live in this country, to study in this country, and to make it in this country. And she said something that I really like. She said that they will help the students all through their journey as an international student. These guys is what I'm bringing to you today. So as you're watching the video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, so that it will encourage me to continue to research good sources and good information for you. And guess what? I am going to put the link to her company on this video. So at the end, when you finish listening to the video, finish listening to her, watch the whole video. Don't skip it. I have compressed the things that she said, that the ones that are very important to us. I compressed it already into, these few minutes for us. So I know the video is a little bit long, but you need to watch the whole thing, because you're going to miss out something, and then you start asking me questions about that thing. She explained everything here. And then she also gave names of some schools, details, how they give you, how much they can give you as grant, how much they can give you as scholarship. Let me just round it up as financial aid. How much they can give you as financial aid, how much is their school fees, and how much they can give you. I know there's so many stuff going out there telling you, oh, this school will give you $100,000 in financial aid. This school will give you. People are just saying things. Not everybody, don't get me wrong, not everybody, but some people, they are just saying things. But me, I verify. I either call them or send email, and I will verify. Because I want to pass out the real information. So I did all my verification, and I'm about to put the link to her company on this video. You can contact them, send an email, and find out how they can help you. Okay? Disclaimer: I'm not doing any business with these people. I'm not doing any business with them, and I don't know them like that. I only contacted them. All right? So, and from what I see, and from the fact that she's very popular in the Silicon Valley, Marina, she is awesome. She will help you through your processing. In fact, if you are struggling with the English proficiency exam, she will help you through that too. Yes. So, I don't know how much they charge. I don't know about anything about financial implication. I didn't find that out. That's not my business. But you can find out how they can help you make that dream come true. But don't forget, when that dream has come through, contact Lena and share the testimony. All right. God bless you. I wish you all good luck. as you watch this video.
Why do so many people come to the US to get their education? If we look at top 10 universities in the world, 8 of them will be here in the United States. Top researchers, professors work in American universities. If you graduate from an American university as an international student, under certain conditions you can stay here for up to 3 years to work. Also, there is an opportunity to get financial aid for your education, especially if you are doing a master's or a PhD. But for me, education in the US is being a part of this amazing community of talented people, studying with them, spending years of your life together with them. American University is not just a building, it's a small town with its own museum, church, stadium, labs. I'm going to talk about how you can study here, what you need to do to get admitted, how you can get financial aid, and if you're an international student, how you can get a visa. Let's walk around and talk about education in the USA. Let's talk about different levels of education in the US. So you can come here for your high school, but if you're an international student, I think it is better that you graduate from school in your own country, because if you graduate from a school here in the US, when you apply for university, they would actually look at your school ranking and your GPA, your average grade there. When you come from your own country, they can't really tell whether the school was challenging or not. So you have higher chances of getting admitted because you have higher chances of getting a perfect score back in your country. And another thing, if you come here for your high school, that means new curriculum, new environment, new language. And there might be a chance that your grades become lower. So ideally, if I were you, I would graduate from high school in my own country and then come here either for bachelor's. It typically takes about 4 years to earn a bachelor's degree. In your first 2 years of study, you will be required to take a wide variety of classes in different subjects, commonly known as prerequisite courses: literature, science, social sciences, arts, history, and so forth. This way, you can achieve general knowledge. To get admitted to a bachelor's program, you would need to take an SAT or ACT. And if you come from a non-English speaking country, you would need to take a test like TOEFL or IELTS, and some colleges also accept the Duolingo test. Please check the exact requirements and exams on the website of the universities you want to apply to. And bachelor's is not the best level of education in terms of financial aid because it's not really financed, especially for international students. There is also an option to get admitted to a bachelor's program without taking any exams. To do this, you can take a program called Pathway for 1 semester or more. Pathway programs are introductory courses that are designed to help international students build the skills and knowledge that they need in order to continue their degree. Some Pathway programs even offer guaranteed admission to a partner institution. However, the cost of these programs is quite high. It's also important to remember that it's highly unlikely that you'll get financial aid after finishing the Pathway program. The best thing you could do in terms of financial aid and stuff, you can come here for master's and PhD. And in order to get admitted to a master's program, you need to take either GMAT or GRE. GMAT, you take it for economics related master's programs. GRE is for everything else. And some universities don't require you to take GMAT and GRE. And then you take TOEFL or IELTS to prove your English language proficiency. If you want to do a PhD, in addition to everything that I mentioned, you would need to propose a topic for your research. But a cool thing about a PhD, there is 90% chance that you will get financial aid. But a PhD is again a 4-year program. You need to have your bachelor's from your own country or from another American university. But then it opens up this whole world of research, and you spend 4 years on campus researching, studying, and maybe teaching as well. If you're determined to get bachelor's, master's, or PhD in an American university, but you don't know where to start, you don't know what your chances of getting financial aid are, at LinguaTrip, we have excellent specialists who know the answers to all your questions related to American education. Answered. If you want to study in the US, you need a student visa. And you might ask me, Marina, is it even possible to get a student visa right now? There are 2 things you need to remember. First of all, when you apply for a US student visa, the task of the US Embassy is to make sure that you are a genuine student and you're not using your education in order to just immigrate to the US, and that's it. So you need to prove that. First of all, you have applied for a good university or a good college, because sometimes People would apply to a low-ranking community college that doesn't cost a lot. And the question the embassy would ask is, why have you decided to pursue education at that institution instead of getting education in your own country? The second thing they're looking for is whether you have money to support yourself during your education. If you got full financial aid from a university, then there's like 99% chance, I guess, that you're gonna get a visa, so it's just a formality. But if you did not receive financial aid for your education, that means that you would need to prove that you have enough funds to support yourself. The funds could either be yours from your employment, or you could have a sponsor, or maybe you've done some really good investments and this is what you're gonna use to support yourself. Another thing that they're looking for is proof that these funds are legal, that you haven't stolen money, that it is not like a weird loan. So you or your sponsor would need to show a bank statement where you have your salary or again your dividends from your investments. And another thing, because we're in this weird era of countries and embassies closing, you need to check whether US embassy is open in your country. But what we've seen at LinguaTrip when we help our students get a visa, we see that actually you can travel to another country where the embassy is open and apply for your visa there. And again, if you're a genuine student, if you applied for a good university, there shouldn't be a problem. And another thing to remember is that if you apply to study in the US just after you graduate from your school or university, this looks logical, like you're continuing your education. But if there has been a 10-year gap between your previous education and whatever you're doing now, and you're willing to travel with your family, there could be more questions. Again, the embassy is always willing to know whether you're a genuine student or you're just using this education to immigrate. So you would need to prove that you are indeed a student who's willing to study in the US. Time to talk about money. Unfortunately, there is no unified system in the US that would help settle prices for education in the US. This is why it is super expensive and every university comes up with its own pricing. And you not only have to pay tuition, you also have to pay for your accommodation, health insurance, books. If you're using a lab, there is an additional fee. Stanford came up with this table that shows how much it costs to study and live here at Stanford. But you also have to note that Stanford is one of the most, if not the most expensive university in the country. And it is located in a place that is, again, one of the most expensive places in the country, Silicon Valley. But even if we talk about cheaper universities, it is really hard to find something that would cost less than $20,000, $30,000 a year. This is why a lot of international students who are seeking quality education in the US are also looking for different types of financial aid. Let's dig deeper into what kinds of financial aid you can get as an international student in the US. The first type of financial aid is a grant. This is usually a one-time payment from the university to help students cover their expenses. The amount of the grant differs depending on the institution and may cover different types of costs: tuition, accommodation, health insurance, personal expenses, etc. Often the grant is awarded based on financial need. There is a slight difference between a scholarship and a stipend. Stipend in most cases means monthly payments from the university that cover the student's current expenses, while scholarship is a more complex concept which can include both cash given to a student and the provision of free tuition, accommodation, and so on. There are two types of scholarships: need-based and merit-based. Need-based is financial assistance based on students' financial situation. Need-based scholarships can cover up to 100% of cost of tuition, accommodation, and meals. As a rule, you'll need to provide documents that prove that you and your family is in financial need. Usually this type of scholarship is not given to international students. Merit-based scholarships, however, are awarded based on academic, sports, or extracurricular achievement. And to get this type of scholarship, you must have high GPA, academic and extracurricular achievements, competition, conferences, publications, volunteering, excellent results of the language tests, IELTS, TOEFL, etc., good results of exams like GMAT and GRE, and strong motivation letter. Merit-based scholarships are awarded both to local and international students. You can find more information about financial aid on the website of universities in a section called Financial Aid. Good news, if you're a student in the US, you can actually work while you study. During your first year, you can only work on campus, and the jobs are limited to working at a library, working at a cafeteria, which means you don't make a lot of money, but you're still able to cover some of your living expenses. Don't think that it pays too much. Like on average, I would say in California here, from $15 to $20 an hour, and you're allowed to work for a maximum of 20 hours a week. Once you finish your first year, there are two options how you can work. There's an OPT, optional practical training. So basically you can find a job either on campus or off campus in a company, in a field that is related to something that you study. So for example, if you study economics, you can find a company who would employ you in their financial department, but you can't really go and work at Starbucks if you study economics, as a barista. There's also a thing called CPT, Curriculum Practical Training. This is a work opportunity that is tied into your curriculum, so you have to do it. And in this case, you just go to your coordinator and say that you're willing to take this opportunity and work. When we talk about working during studying, one thing to remember, you can work for 20 hours a week during the year and 40 hours a week during summer. But unfortunately, if you hope that you'll be able to cover your tuition or all the living expenses while working, in most cases, almost impossible, just because again, you're making maybe $15 an hour, and education at Stanford costs like $100,000 a year. So this is a way to support yourself, to cover some of your living expenses. This is a way to get some real life experience, but don't think of it as a way to finance your studies, unfortunately. And now I want to give you a list of universities where you can get financial aid. For bachelor's degree, you can get it at Yale University. Approximately 63% of graduate students, including foreign students, received financial aid. Yale scholarships range from a few $100s to over $70,000 a year. The average Yale scholarship is over $50,000. Boston University and their Presidential Scholarship. This scholarship covers 4 years of undergraduate studies, $25,000 a year in tuition fees. Applies only to certain programs. Check on the official website of the university. For those who want to connect their future with music, Skidmore College has a music scholarship. This scholarship is awarded annually through competition to a minimum of 4 gifted musicians. $15,000 a year for 4 years. Master's programs. Stanford University is offering 100 fully funded Knight Hennessy scholarships to international students from around the world to study in a variety of programs. This program is included in the best scholarship programs in the world. Harvard University. Harvard MBA is one of the world's leading business programs taught at one of the world's most prestigious universities. The MBA Harvard Scholarship is granted once every 2 years for a 2-year course at Harvard Business School. The scholarship offers financial aid amounting to over $100,000 a year towards tuition fees, travel and accommodation expenses. University of New Haven. University of New Haven Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship for international students to pursue graduate studies in any subject. PhD. Duke University and their Cash International Scholarship. This scholarship provides 8 semesters of full tuition, room and board, and mandatory fees to Duke University. Scholars also have access to generous funding for domestic and international summer experiences, including opportunities for independent research both in the summer and during the academic year. Cornell University. A fellowship provides financial support to graduate students to pursue graduate studies without associated teaching or research responsibilities. Fellowships are generally merit-based internal or external awards to support a student in a full-time course of study. Approximately 20% of all graduate students are enrolled in the Cornell Fellowship Program. American universities are one of the most international universities in the world. In some educational institutions, the percent of international students go up to 50%. And because the world is becoming more and more international these days, we work online, we jump on Zoom calls with people from different parts of the world. Education in the US is this great chance to get exposed to different cultures and get acquainted with people from all over the planet and create this international network. If you're excited about studying in the US, if you think that this is something you would love to explore, I urge you to start now, because this process actually takes a while. First of all, if you're not a native English speaker, you need to work on your English. The process might take up to a year, sometimes up to 2 years, because you have to take exams, you have to research universities, and you can start doing this now. Like, where do you want to study? What do you want to study? What kind of exams you need to take? If you need a guide on this journey, the link will be down below to LinguaTrip, my company. But even without my company, I want you to do your own research, and I want you to get acquainted with whatever American educational system has to offer. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end.
If you want me to continue to bring you sources, bring you content, bring you authentic things and people that can help you, like this video. I'm coming up with another powerful video very soon. I'm still doing my research on it, and I'm going to give you links to that person that can help you do all kind of filing that you want to file. While you are back in your home country, they will help you do all the filing, all your immigration processing. They will help you with it. I'm coming up with that. So don't miss any of my videos. Right? See you in the next video. God bless you.